Tonight, a huge win for a Muncie fire captain accused of helping EMTs and firefighters cheat on their exams. A judge says she thinks the state went too far in revoking all of the captain's professional certifications. And the legal decision could result in nearly all of his punishments being overturned. Our senior investigative reporter Bob Siegel explains this ruling and what comes next.
All I ever wanted to be was a Muncie firefighter. I never wanted to be a firefighter anywhere else.
Captain Troy Dulaney said he came out of hiding in late June to defend himself against allegations that he orchestrated a cheating scheme inside the Muncie Fire Department. State regulators claim the longtime fire captain pressured EMTs and firefighters to give him questions from their certification exams, and he then shared those questions with other Muncie EMTs and firefighters to help them cheat and pass their tests. Based on the state's investigation, 2 separate state boards revoked all of Dulaney's professional certifications, essentially prohibiting Dulaney from working as an EMT or firefighter in the state of Indiana. At this June hearing before an administrative law judge, Dulaney acknowledged he did collect test questions from his EMT students.
Did you tell these students to report back to you after their exam with test questions?
I did, yes.
And he did admit to sending recruits this text telling the students they owed him the test questions.
Did you tell these students that they owed you?
Yes.
But Dulaney also told the judge the cheating allegations were politically motivated and the state's investigation was biased. He said the dozens of questions he texted students before their exams came from this study book, not from the test questions he harvested from students. And several current and former employees told the judge Dulaney has a strong work ethic and character.
Captain Dulaney is the best at what he does.
He's very well prepared, go-getter kind of personality.
I have not seen an officer more dedicated to the advancement of our personnel.
The administrative law judge listened to all the testimony and now has released her findings. When it comes to Dulaney's status as a firefighter, the administrative law judge reversed the state's previous order to revoke all 26 of his firefighter certifications. The judge said there was insufficient credible evidence presented that Dulaney showed examinees questions and answers during the examination he proctored. And the judge said the state board that revoked those certifications overstepped its authority. As far as Dulaney's EMT certifications, she found none of Dulaney's actions constitutes fraud or material deception. But the judge determined even though Dulaney may have had good intentions, his conduct was immoral because by asking for specific questions and answers to actual examination questions, Dulaney crossed the line into conduct that is inconsistent with what is right and honest. That violation of state law is eligible for punishment, but the judge said the state's decision to revoke all his EMT certifications for 7 years, the harshest penalty allowed, exceeds the gravity of Dulaney's actions. Instead, she modified the punishment to include revoking Dulaney's instructor certificate for only 2 years, not 7. The rest of his EMT certificates would be suspended, not revoked, only through the end of 2024, and the fire captain would be placed on 5 years of probation. It means Dulaney could soon get exactly what he wants, finally returning to work as both a firefighter and EMT. Muncie's fire chief tells 13 News that's something that is still yet to be decided.
I'm fighting to go back to it because I feel like there's more to do. I want to feel impactful in my community.
Dulaney has been on paid leave for the past 16 months since the state launched its original investigation. Neither Dulaney nor his attorney say they're ready to speak just yet on the decisions here by the administrative law judge. The decisions, the orders, and the recommendations, Scott, none of it is binding.
So what happens next?
Well, the next step is that the case is going to go back to the state boards that originally revoked Dulaney's licenses to see if they're going to accept these recommendations or stick with their original punishments that they instituted. Both Dulaney and the state have 15 days to appeal.
All right, we know you'll be following it for us. Bob Siegel with 13 Investigates.